It's wonderful to be back at school and to see all of our fantastic students, and we welcome the parents who are here today sharing in our first time together. Welcome back to Riverside. Hope you've had a wonderful break, and if you're new to Riverside, we welcome you into our community today. Regardless of if you are new to the college or if you're returning back, you are at a great school with some amazing teachers, with some awesome resources and facilities, as well as some wonderful extra and co-curricular activities. You guys really are blessed. Schools have come along such a long way, and this school is exceptional, and so you are very blessed to be here and to access an education at Riverside. Later, Mrs. Googe, the assistant principal, will introduce you to the key staff and the new teachers for 2021. And for those new to the college, you need to pay attention to Mrs. Googe because she runs the college on a day-to-day basis, and so she really is your go-to. One of the reasons this college is so great is because of the leadership team that runs the college and ensures that you have the very best education and educational opportunities available to you. It's an important team and one that I'm very proud of, and I want to introduce you this morning to my team. We have the assistant principal, Mrs. Googe. We have the director of teaching and learning, Mrs. Watson. So Mrs. Watson works with teachers around curriculum and teacher practice, so she might be in your classrooms, in and out, doing a range of things. We've also got our director of information technology, Mr. Cheers. We've also got our Director of Distance Education, Miss Blaine. So we have a distance education school, so we have an invisible school with about 700 students in it, so a bit more than what's represented here this morning, and that's a fantastic part of our school. We have our finance manager. She's on our leadership team. She's an important role because she tells me what I can spend and what I can't, so that's fantastic. We've got our head of junior college, Mr. Bentley. We've got our head of middle college, Christy Matthews, and we've got our head of senior school, Miss Tonya Holder. We've got our executive assistant, Mrs. Clun, so she helps me with a wide range of things. So if you're ever asked to come see me or events or anything like that, Mrs. Clun will be the person you're told to see. And finally, we've got our school senior chaplain, Mr. Ross Harold. So that's our team. These are the people that work very hard to make sure that this school is the very best that it can. So they're a wonderful team, and they are part of the reason for the success. There's several other leaders within the school that Mrs. Googe will make known to you in good time, such as the heads of faculty, the head of guidance, head of inclusive, the RTO manager, etc. There's various other people that are assisting us, but I just wanted to introduce you to my team today. Last year, the college was introduced to a new set of values. For those of you who have been here for some time, you're familiar with what was called the RISE Code. Well, that's been reviewed. We kind of worked with the staff and said, well, what's really important to us these days? And we got some feedback from the staff, and we worked together as a team, and we actually had someone from outside the school come and help us workshop it and think it through to really articulate who it is that Riverside Christian College is, and what does it mean to be a member of the Riverside Christian College community. And so these values were unfolded, and the slide behind you shows what they are. And what these are important for companies and for schools because this becomes the guiding principles. This is our agreement. This is what you agree to in your enrolment form. This is what we agree to when we accept a job here. And so this is our common area, and it's a really important area. So this is really based on the teachings of Jesus, where he was talking about how important it is to be a good steward of the life you have. That means that you look after the resources available to you, your talents, your opportunities. And he basically said, if you want to be welcomed into heaven one day and be greeted at the gates of heaven with the accolade, well done, good and faithful servant, these are the type of things you need to do. And so for us, I just want to break them down very briefly for you this morning. So the first one, you'll see around the wheel, it says well. Well, that talks about excellence. The next one is done. That relates to teamwork. The next one is good, which relates to respect. The next one is faithful, which talks about your faith. We're a faith community. And the last one, servant, relates to our engagement in that community. At a later stage, Mrs. Googe will schedule me a time to share in more depth these values, but I just want to highlight this to you at this point in time. When we're talking about the value of excellence, we're talking about doing the very best you can with what you have. And so that's one of the reasons I choose to dress this way, because this is me modelling excellence, holding that value for myself. You won't see me come to school in stained clothes or unironed clothes, because this is an important value to me. It also tells me about how to go about my work. So in my office, how I treat my work area, how I go about my work, how I write emails to other people. This value of excellence, making sure that I'm doing the very best I can with what I have. The next one is about teamwork, and we all know that we achieve more as we work together. And that's one of the fantastic things about my team here. There's no one on this team that thinks they're better than someone else. There's no one on this team trying to climb over someone else to get all the attention. This team genuinely works together, and that's a very powerful thing. It's a successful recipe as we lead this school, that we are a genuine team. The other one is respect. Respect for yourself, respect for others, and respect for the resources. And you'll find that if you're new to this community, there will be expectations on you about how you utilise our equipment. So we're not going to let you swing on the chairs or treat things poorly. You'll be required to treat everything on this campus with respect, including the other people. Faith, we will challenge you to continue to deepen your journey with God as you go along your spiritual journey. Community. Value adding to our community, participate, get involved. That's a value for us. So as you come into this campus, there's 140, including our preps, 130 brand new students, including our 2 prep cohorts. So that's a lot of people coming into our community, and it's our job to live this stuff before them. And those of you who are new to our community, you need to engage with this, because this is a central piece for what we use in relation to our interactions with each other, with your interactions with your schoolwork. So become very familiar with this, because this is a central piece. This is our agreement. You agreed to that when you signed your enrolment form. You said, yep, I'll do this, this and this. So that's what it means. This is the practical application. Well, we hope that 2021 will be less disruptive than 2020, and with this hope, we anticipate more of our campus and extra co-curricular activities back on, school camps, etc. The current global situation is still a little bit fluid, and as an unprecedented event, we're still not 100% sure how things will pan out in 2021. But one thing we do know, and that is how well our staff handled the transition to learning from home. So if we did have another disruption, we're pretty all over it, and we're able to help you continue to succeed in your studies if that happens. The only thing we need to pay attention to is there's still some COVID safety, hygiene stuff that we've all got to continue to work with on campus. This year I want to use this year for myself, and I want you to use this year for yourself to better improve yourself, better your results, better your relationships with your peers. Regardless of whether you were here with us or not last year, every year I offer this opportunity to students. I did this as a classroom teacher. Every term, every semester, I would offer this to the class of kids in front of me. And that's an opportunity for a fresh start. The reason I do this is because when I was at school, one year I decided, I better stop mucking around and I better start actually trying to do some schoolwork. And so I went to school and I dressed right and I had the uniform right, and I went with a brand new attitude. I had a brand new mindset. But unfortunately, I wasn't given that fresh chance. And thankfully, schools have gone a long way now. And what I want to say to you today, if you identify with needing a fresh start, please do that this year. Have a fresh mindset towards your schoolwork. Have a fresh mindset towards your relationships with other people. And I guarantee you, the people in this room and every other teacher here on campus, they will give you that fresh start. So if you have not been applying yourself fully, if you know you've got, if you're really honest with yourself, and you go, I've actually got a bit more capacity, I could probably try a bit harder, I want to challenge you to do that this year. As I conclude my address this morning, I leave you that challenge. I leave you the challenge to live out our values of excellent teamwork, respect, faith and community. Give 2021 your best. The opportunity's here and now. And in my final words, I'm speaking to the Year 12 cohort and the school leaders. I want to intensify that challenge and just give to the rest of the community a moment to hear this challenge for you. I challenge you to really apply yourself, to push through whatever barriers you might face, and to give yourself 100% to your studies, to your relationships, to your peers. This is your last formal year of schooling. Grab it by the throat and go for it. Give it your very best. This is a wonderful time for you. So that's the challenge I have for you, and I promise you, if you do that, it will pay you back tenfold, guaranteed. So that's to our Year 12 students. Last wonderful year of schooling. Do great things, engage with younger year levels, and give it your very best. To the rest of you, I wish you all the best for this year and hope you have a wonderful year this year, and that when we look back on 2021, you'll have great memories of what occurred during 2021 for your schooling years.